Namaste. Thanks for being here. Have your feet about hip width, big toes parallel. Close your eyes and just take a moment here to find your balance, pressing down equally into both feet. All right, now relax your jaw, but lightly engage your throat like you're narrowing a valve, which will help you to lengthen the breath as if you're drinking it through a long, thin straw. Every time you exhale, engage your lower abdomen and lift your pelvic floor. Whenever you inhale, allow the low part of your rib cage to expand out to the sides, to the back, and to the front. And of course, breathe through your nose, but make a sound in your throat on the way in and on the way out. And something like a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale would be great. All right, bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra and remember your sankalpa or your intention for practice. And then I'll begin class with the Maha Mrityunjay mantra. In the yoga tradition, this is known as the mantra is really helpful in promoting health and healing. I'll do it 3 times. If you know it, feel free to join me. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiya Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. Om. Okay, very good. Release your hands down, open your eyes. Let's continue with a few half salutations. Inhale, sweep your arms up, bring your palms to touch and look to your thumb tips. And then as you exhale, fold forward and bring your hands all the way to the floor. Bend your knees if necessary so you get your hands all the way to the floor and look towards your navel. And now as you inhale, look forward and extend your spine so it feels like you flatten your back. And then when you exhale, fold a little bit deeper, look towards your navel, engage your abdomen. Inhale as you stand up, arms overhead. Keep inhaling until your palms touch. Look to your thumb tips. And then exhale as you bring your arms down. Let's start again. Inhale as you reach up, making that sound in your throat. Exhale as you fold forward, hands all the way to the floor. Inhale, extend your spine, so you lengthen the area between your sternum and navel. And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper, engage your abdomen. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Keep inhaling until your palms touch. And then exhale as you bring your arms down. Okay, let's try 2 more half salutes on your own at your own pace. Use the movements of your body to help stretch your breath. Still hearing the breath move in and out of your throat like it's your mantra. Okay, then this time let's stay in Uttanasana. So stay in the forward fold. All right, and then go ahead and shoot your left foot way back into a runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Once you're there, make circles with your hips one direction, moving slowly, just feeling things out. reverse it, go the other direction. Okay, let's step back into plank pose. Let's take a few breaths here in plank. Hips just a little bit lower than your shoulders. Keep your legs really strong so it feels like you're in a standing pose. Engage your abdomen so you draw the front of your low ribs in just a bit. All right, exhale all the way to the floor. And let's come into Sphinx pose so your elbows are under your shoulders. Grip with your hands so you pull your rib cage forward away from your hips. Take a few breaths here. And now bend your knees. Make circles with your feet so you rotate your thighs. And reverse it, go the other direction. Now bring your feet to the floor again. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale to upward facing dog, lifting your navel, broadening your collarbones. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's take a breath or two here in down dog. Okay. Now step your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. So you're lunging to the second side. Once it's there, make some hip circles. And reverse it, go the other direction. Okay, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale here, extend your spine so it feels like you flatten your back. And then as you exhale, fold deeply, press your hands down, engage your abdomen, look towards your navel. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Keep inhaling until your palms touch. And then exhale as you bring your arms down. Okay, let's start again. Inhale as you reach up, make a sound in your throat. Exhale, fold forward, hands all the way to the floor. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Okay, shoot your right foot back into a lunge. Inhale here. And now in one exhale, step your left foot back and lower down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. And take a breath or two here. Okay, at the very end of your exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale once you're in the lunge. And then exhale as you step your left foot forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. Okay, let's go through one full sun salute A together. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, hop back, lower down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Just take one breath here. As you exhale, bend your knees like you're moving towards child's pose. Very end of exhale, hop forward. And inhale as you extend. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Keep inhaling until your palms touch. And then exhale when you bring your arms down. Great. Let's do two more. Sun salute A on your own at your own pace. And this time, once you're in downward facing dog, let's stay there. We'll all meet in this down dog. And once you're in down dog, practice keeping your body still. So the only thing moving is your breath and the muscles involved with breathing, of course. As you exhale, engage your lower abdomen, lift your pelvic floor. When you inhale, allow your rib cage to expand. Still a 5-second inhale and 5-second exhale, something close to that. Okay, exhale. Bend your right knee and shift your hips to your right. Inhale to the center. Now as you exhale, bend your left knee and shift your hips to the left. And try that a couple more times. So whenever you inhale, you're in the center. When you exhale, you bend one knee and you shift your hips to the side of the bent knee. Moving slowly still, feeling things out, continuing to wake up your spine. And once you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, come back to the center and press your thighs back a little bit further. The very end of this exhale, pause your breath, and during that pause, suck your navel back so you hollow out your abdomen for a second or two. Then relax, inhale, and repeat. Exhale completely, and then do the Bahira Kumbhaka, which means external breath retention, and a full engagement of Uddiyana Bandha. And relax, inhale, and try it one more time. Okay, so make sure your feet are about hip width, and then keep them hip width as you rock forward to plank pose. Now we're going to do some side planking. If this bothers your wrists, you could always do this on your forearms. All right, so as you inhale, shift your heels to your right and reach your left hand up. Now as you exhale, lower your right hip and your left hand almost to the floor. And then when you inhale, lift your hips really high and bring your left bicep to your left ear, making a crescent moon shape with your body. And then when you exhale, return to the regular plank. Change sides. As you inhale, shift your heels to your left and reach your right hand up. Then as you exhale, bring your left hip and your right hand almost to the floor. Inhale, lift really high, make a crescent moon shape with your body. Exhale back into the regular plank. Let's do it again. Inhale, shift your heels to your right, reach your left hand up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up, make that crescent moon shape. Exhale to plank. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift really high. Exhale back into the regular plank. Just try that sequence one more time on your own at your own pace. Okay, good. And then once you've done both sides, let's return to down dog. Take a few breaths here. Okay. Now inhale, lift your right leg up, bend your knee and open your hips like you're trying to touch the wall to your left with your right toes. And then squeeze your right leg straight and level out your hips. Exhale all the breath out. Right foot forward to the outside of your right hand again. Once it's there, bring your left knee to the floor. Once your left knee is down, reach your right hand up, turn your shoulders and open your chest. We'll do a little twisting next. Okay, so as you exhale, bring your right elbow toward the floor inside your right foot. You might not make it all the way down, just do your best. Now when you inhale, reach your right hand up, turn your shoulders and open your chest. And then repeat, exhale, right elbow toward the floor. Inhale, reach your right hand up, turn your shoulders, open your chest. Do that 3 more times. All right, now this time keep your right hand up. Reach your right fingertips toward the ceiling, but also begin to press back into your left heel so much that your left knee lifts off the floor. In fact, give equal amounts of effort into reaching your right fingertips up and pressing your left heel back. Take a few breaths here. Okay. Bring your right hand back to the floor and step back to down dog. All right, now this time in a wave-like motion. As you inhale, rock forward through plank right into up dog, but with your toes curled under. And then when you exhale, bend your elbows lower down almost to the floor. Inhale back into upward facing dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Okay, take a breath. And we'll change sides. Now as you inhale, lift your left leg up, bend that knee, open your hips. Squeeze your left leg straight, level out your hips. Exhale all the breath out. Left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Once it's there, bring your right knee down and reach your left hand up. And we'll twist to the second side about 5 times. Exhalations, now left elbow to the floor inside your left foot. Inhalations, reach your left hand up, turn your shoulders, open your chest. Continue at your own pace. Okay. Keep your left hand up, but also begin to press back into your right heel. Like the first side, give equal amounts of effort into reaching your left fingertips up and pressing your right heel back. Good. Left hand on the floor. Inhale here. Exhale back to down dog. Now inhale forward right into up dog. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale back to up dog. And exhale to down dog. Let's take a moment here in downward facing dog to readjust. If you lost the long, smooth quality to your breath, bring that back now. Okay. Rock forward to plank pose. Here we go. So if you know you don't have the strength to do a full push-up, bring your knees down first for these. If push-ups just really bother your shoulders or wrists, you're just going to stay a little bit longer in plank. Otherwise, exhale as you lower down, and then inhale, push back up into plank. Now this exhale, go back towards child's pose again. You won't quite make it because your toes are curled under. Just go as close to child's pose as possible. And then inhale back to plank pose. Now as you exhale from plank, step your right foot forward outside your right hand. Shh, quietly. And as you inhale, reach your right hand up again, press back into your left heel, back into that twist. Exhale, right hand on the floor, and inhale into plank. Exhale as you lower down, and then inhale as you push back up. Exhale towards child's pose. Inhale back to plank pose. Side 2. Exhale, bring your left foot forward outside your left hand, gracefully. As you inhale, reach your left hand up, but keep pressing back into your right heel. Exhale, left hand to the floor, and then inhale back into plank. Exhale when you lower down. Inhale when you push back up. Exhale towards child's pose. Inhale, plank pose. Let's do it again. Right foot forward. Then reach your right hand up. Keep pressing back into your left heel. Exhale, right hand down. And inhale the plank. Lower down. Push up. Child's pose. Plank pose. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale when you reach your left hand up. Keep pressing back into your right heel. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale the plank. Lower down. Push up. Child's pose. Plank pose. Go through that sequence one more time on your own. still with a conscious use of your breath. Okay. Once you've done both sides, let's return to down dog. Practice being still. Smooth out your breath. Okay, good. Now step your right foot forward to your right thumb and bring your left knee down to the floor and lift your torso up. Just take a second here to make 90-degree angles in both knees. Set up 90-degree angles in both knees. Now bring your arms out to your sides and wrap your fingers around your thumbs into Mushti Mudra. Then move your hands back in space so you open your chest. Curl your left toes under again and lift all the way up. Both legs straight, kind of balancing on your back toes. We'll do some split squats. As you exhale, bring your left knee to lightly touch the mat again, but as soon as it does, inhale and lift back up. Keep your balance. Exhale as you lower down, and inhale as you lift up. Go at your own pace. No need to rush though, we got plenty of time. When you do lower down, just lightly touch the floor with your left knee, then inhale back up so both legs are straight. Avoid crashing down hard or resting for that matter. Okay, now, this next time you lower down, just lift your left knee 1 inch off the floor, about 1 inch off the floor. And then bring your right arm up and left arm forward for a variation of warrior pose. Stay here and breathe. Okay, left knee to the floor. Bring your fingertips to the floor also. Then sit back towards your left heel so you can straighten your right leg. Create a long line from your right big toe all the way to your right sitting bone. Tilt your hips forward so you move your abdomen towards your thighs. And then breathe into your back. Okay, bend both knees again. Let's go into a deeper twist by sliding our left arm outside the right thigh. And of course, do any arm and leg variation that you like here of revolved side angle. Good. Unwind. Take a breath in the runner's lunge, and let's do side plank on the left hand or forearm. This time, they'll change your feet a little bit, so you bring your right foot behind your left foot. Lift your hips, turn your chest toward the ceiling, and bring your right bicep to your right ear. Okay, both hands to the floor, lower down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's stay in down dog, readjust, find that stillness again. Okay, change sides. Left foot forward to your left thumb. Bring your right knee down, lift your torso, set up those 90-degree angles in both knees. And once you have them, arms up to your sides, wrap your fingers around your thumbs, move your hands back in space. Curl your right toes under, lift all the way up, and we'll do about 60 seconds of the split squats. Exhale down, inhale up. Okay, now this time, keep your right knee just like 1 inch off the floor. Left arm up, right arm forward. Stay here in this variation of Virabhadrasana. Continue with your Ujjayi pranayama. Okay, right knee down. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Sit back toward your right heel. Straighten your left leg and tilt your hips forward so you move your abdomen toward your thighs. Long line from your left big toe all the way to your left sitting bone. Slow down your breath here in this variation of Ardha Hanumanasana. Okay, bend your left knee again. Let's try Pavrita Parsvakonasana, a revolve side angle. So now work your right arm outside your left thigh. And repeat whichever arm and leg variation you did on the first side. Good. Unwind. Take a breath. Now Vashisthasana on the right hand or forearm. Bring your left foot behind your right foot. Lift your hips. Turn your chest slightly toward the ceiling. And bring your left bicep to your left ear. Okay. Exhale back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Down dog. Take a few breaths. All right, rock forward to plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Let's take a moment just to relax in crocodile pose or Nakrasana. Rest your forehead on your hands. Allow yourself to breathe freely for a moment. All right. Now, let's do Lapasana, or the shoulder roll. Bring your left arm out to your side, palm facing down, hand just a little bit higher than your shoulder. And then roll to your left. Bend your right knee. Bring your right foot to the floor behind you. Slide your left foot forward in the direction that you're facing so you can use your legs to gauge how much pressure you put on your left shoulder. Stay here and breathe. Change sides. So roll onto your belly first, and then bring your right arm out to your side, palm facing down, hand just a little bit higher than your shoulder. Roll to your right, bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the floor behind you, slide your right foot in the direction you're facing, so again, you can use your legs to gauge how much pressure you put on your right shoulder. Okay. Unwind, lie on your belly. Now, bring both arms out to the sides. Then lift your head, lift your shoulders, lift both arms, lift both legs, lift everything up. Keep everything up, and when you exhale, bring your feet together and bring your palms together in front. Inhale, open your arms and legs wide, curl up a little bit higher. Exhale, feet together, palms together. Inhale, open your arms and legs wide, curl up a little higher, and try that 3 more times on your own. Okay, good. Lower down, hands under your shoulders, push yourself back up into plank. Take a breath in plank, and then return to down dog. Now this time in down dog, purposely relax your neck. Allow the weight of your head to decompress your cervical vertebra. Okay, let's come down to the hands and knees and just have a seat for a moment in Thunderbolt pose or Vajrasana. So sit back on your heels. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes to work on either headstand or forearm stand or dolphin. Headstand, if you're able to. However, if you have any kind of neck issues, don't do headstand. It's not a good idea. You can do forearm stand or dolphin instead. If you're not sure about your balance, of course, and for any of those poses, use the wall if you have a wall available to you. If you are doing headstand or Shirsasana, remember, you really want to press this entire bone down called your ulna on the little finger side edge of your forearm. Get as much of that bone down as possible. The more I can press down through my whole forearm, the less weight I'm going to take on my neck, which is a good idea. And if you are upside down in headstand or forearm stand, once you feel stable, you want to think about your feet. You want to press your feet up. Imagine you're even pressing the inner arches of your feet up to the ceiling. It's going to help you with alignment. Having said that, if you're not sure about your balance, if you don't want to do a full inversion today, for whatever reason, it's okay. Just do dolphin instead. In case you're not familiar with dolphin, I'll do a quick demonstration of that. Then I'm going to do headstand for about a minute. You do, though, what you feel is more appropriate for you. Once we're upside down, we'll go for about a minute, but I'm assuming it's going to take you a little bit to get to the wall if you're using a wall. Okay? All right, enough talk. Let's do it. I'll do dolphin first, then I'm going to do headstand for a minute. So in dolphin and forearms, and for that matter, your head's completely off the floor. All the weight's on your forearms. Whichever way you're doing, keep your elbows nice and close together, no wider than your shoulders. Remember, if you are all the way upside down, press your feet up like you're standing on the ceiling. Now, if you are still upside down, Take the next 15 seconds to lower down with as much control as possible. And if you are lowering down from headstand, keep pressing your forearms, even your wrists, into the floor the whole time you're lowering down. And then let's all end up back in dolphin. Let's all end up in dolphin pose. Just so, especially if you're in headstand, you allow the weight of your head to decompress your neck again. Okay. Come down to your knees. Have a seat again in thunderbolt pose. Sit on your heels. Rest your hands in your lap. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to allow everything to slow down. Okay. Now bring your right elbow up, left elbow down. Hold something behind your back. You can hold the back of your shirt. You can hold a towel. Maybe you can hook fingers. Once you're holding something, focus on breathing deeply into the right side of your rib cage as if you could breathe more into your right lung. Okay, release your hands. Change sides. Now left elbow up, right elbow down. Hold something. Breathe deeply into the left side of your rib cage and your left lung. Okay, good. Release your hands. Now separate your feet so you can lean back toward reclined hero pose or Supta Virasana. So your heels are between your feet, your hips. These are your hips. They're between your heels. You can sit on a block, of course, if you need. Lean back on your hands or your elbows or maybe back to your shoulder blades. So at some point you'll feel something going on in the fronts of your thighs and hips. Okay, good. Then lift back up and return to down dog. Just to open the backs of your knees and stretch the soles of your feet again. Okay, so next we'll do kind of a Urdhva Vashisthasana Vinyasa here. Most of us know this one. I'll talk us through it though and demonstrate it, of course. We're going to kind of feel it out a few times and then we'll hold it, okay? So from here, let's go ahead and shift to the outer edge of your left foot. Bring your right foot to the floor behind you again. But this time, step your right foot further away from your left foot and have your right knee bent like we did in Lapasana. But now press your feet down and lift your hips up. Bring your right bicep to your right ear, kind of like you're turning up toward the ceiling. And then when you're ready, just return to down dog. And change sides. So roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Bring the left foot to the floor behind you. Left leg bent, right leg straight. Press your feet down. Lift your hips up. Turn your chest toward the ceiling. Left bicep to left ear. And then return to down dog. Just go side to side like that at your own pace. No need to rush. Still got plenty of time. Just kind of feel this out. Chances are, every repetition, you'll maybe kind of open up a little bit more If this is bothering your wrist, you could do it on your forearm, again, like in the other side plank variations. And as you continue to open up and kind of move sideways almost toward upward bow or Urdhva Dhanurasana, you'll want to pivot on the heel of the hand or pivot on your forearm that stays down. Okay, now once you've done both sides an equal number of times, maybe stay in this Urdhva Vashisthasana for a few breaths. Of course, do both sides. Okay, last time, down dog. Press your thighs back, relax your neck. Okay, come down to your hands and knees, cross your ankles, have a seat, and bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. And just sit up nice and tall first. Engage Jalandhara Bandha. So it feels like you're lifting your heart, bowing your head. Continue with your Ujjayi practice so you still hear the inhale and exhale passing through your throat. All right, now begin to lean forward over your feet. Okay, great. Go ahead and lie into your back now. Let's do Tadaka Mudra next. Once you're on your back, reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, press your palms away from your head, press your heels in the opposite direction. So you use the strength of your arms and legs to really lengthen your spine. Then at the very end of exhale, like earlier, pause the breath. And as you pause after exhale, suck your navel back so you hollow out your abdomen for a second or two, and it resembles an empty pool. After a second or two, relax, inhale, and then repeat. Exhale completely, then do the Bahir Kumbhaka, and a full engagement of Uddiyana Bandha. Okay, try that one more time. All right, relax your arms and legs. Just take a few normal breaths. Okay, let's do Setu Bandhasana next. Bridge pose. Bend your knees, press your feet down, lift your hips up, engage your glutes, and then stay up. Either hold your ankles or interlace your fingers under your hips. Either way is fine. Keep grounding through both feet like you're in a standing pose. Your legs should really feel like they're working, almost like they're in a standing pose. It's a little more difficult here, but for sure possible to continue with your Ujjayi. So you still hear the inhale and the exhale passing through your throat softly. Okay. Lower down, take a little rest. Okay, so we're gonna have the opportunity to practice upward bow a few times. Now, of course, if it bothers your wrist, if you don't feel like you want to go all the way into upward bow, repeat bridge pose or rest longer. The first one, if we're doing upward bow, the first one, you kind of feel things out. So kind of feel things out the first time. Chances are then after maybe 5 breaths or so, you come down and rest. The second time you'll feel more open, it'll feel a lot better. Then if you're with us still, the third time might be a good opportunity for you to experiment with more advanced variations. And I'll give a couple of suggestions when we get to that point. But first, let's either repeat bridge or if you like upward bow. And like I mentioned, after 5 breaths or so, come on down, take a little rest. Now you may have noticed before or today that I prefer to have my heels off the floor first, at least the first couple times. That just helps me to not turn my toes out. You want to avoid turning your toes out and externally rotating your thighs when you do this one. It also helps you get a little more height in the hips. So, of course, feel free to have your heels on the floor if you need, but make sure you avoid turning your toes out when you transition from bridge to upward bow. Okay, now the second one, in addition to probably having it feel better, see if you could breathe a little smoother once you're up. And again, after 5 breaths or so, come on down, take a little rest. Okay, so I'm going to give a couple demonstrations of possible more advanced variations you could do if you like. The first one called Viparita Dandasana. It's kind of like combining headstand and upward bow. Especially if you've already done headstand, it should feel kind of familiar. But this one is make sure you don't let your elbows get too far apart. You want to keep your elbows no wider than your shoulders. So to do it, I'll lift up. And I find it helpful to first lift on top of your head, again, assuming your neck is healthy. And then from here, I might lift up all the way to get a little more extension on the spine, come back down and get my forearms to the floor, elbows close together, just like you're in headstand. And you can stay there, even work on squeezing your legs straighter. And another option is to lift in the upward bow, and we could transition from upward bow to down dog, kind of like we did earlier. So to do that, I'm going to pivot on the heel, in this case on my right hand. And when I move to down dog, I'm going to bring my left arm first, my left leg second. And you see I pivot on the heel of this hand that stays down. I'll change sides, so I'm going to pivot my fingers again toward the center of the mat. Now from down dog to upward bow, I'm going to bring my foot first, like Urdhva Vashisthasana, my hand second. Readjust, change sides, turn my left fingers in toward the center, right hand first, right foot second, change sides. Okay. So, obviously, it's a pretty intense transition. If you feel like you're kind of struggling in an upward bow, don't try that one. It's harder. You could repeat the regular upward bow, or you could do bridge, or you could rest longer. Okay, I'll give you a minute to do one of those things. I'll rest while you work. Okay, and finish up. Those are two of my favorites. When you are done, when you've mastered those, rest on your back again. Okay, now bring your knees in toward your chest and make a circular movement with your knees. Keep them together, but make a circular movement so you massage your lower back on the floor. Okay, then reverse it and go the other direction. Good. Now go the first direction again, but this time don't use your hands. Keep your hands down. And reverse it. Okay, great. Now bring both legs up so they're vertical. Use the strength of your upper abdomen to curl your head and your shoulder blades off the floor. Get as much upper back off the floor as possible. Now lower your left leg, but stop when your left big toe is the same height as your left eye, and then cross your thighs. So your left big toe is more in line with your right eye now. Stay here and breathe. Okay, change the cross of your legs. So your right big toe is in line with your left eye now. Okay, change the cross again. One more time. Okay. Whew. Dios mío. All right. Now, let's finish with whichever supine twist you enjoy. Whichever twist on your back that feels good. Okay, change sides. Good. Draw both knees in toward your chest. And now stretch your legs out for corpse pose or shavasana. Of course, do whatever it feels like you need to do to prepare for shavasana. And once you are done, make sure you relax your jaw. Feel the upper and lower rows of teeth separate. Feel your tongue widen inside your mouth. Soften your eyes, even release your breath. So you're not shaping it or controlling it, not really practicing pranayama right now. You continue though with your pratyahara, still drawing your senses and your awareness inward. So you really notice again how it feels to be in the body today at this time. Begin to lengthen your exhale, deepen your inhale again. As you do, notice if your left or right nostril feels more open. Once you notice the breath rising and falling through both nostrils, notice if it feels like the left or right side feels dominant. And once you've noticed which nostril is more open, draw your knees into your chest and roll to that side. So if it's your left, roll to your left. But if your right nostril feels more open, roll to your right. And then stay on that side using your bottom arm as a pillow for a moment to allow the nostril flow to balance out. Then begin to work your way up to seated. Come into any comfortable seated posture. And we'll sit for about 10 minutes, so of course, feel free to use a prop to elevate your hips if you like. Once you're sitting nice and tall with the crown of your head directly over the base of your spine, practice Jiva Mudra by bringing the tip of your tongue to touch the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. Tip of your tongue touches the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. Let's also practice prana shuddhi, which is like a mental alternate nostril breathing. Without controlling or shaping your breath, the next time you happen to inhale, just focus on the sensation the breath creates when it moves up your right nostril, all the way to the spot between your eyebrows. Next time you happen to exhale, notice the breath moving down your left nostril. And then reverse it as you inhale. Feel the breath ascend through the left side all the way to the eyebrow center. And when you exhale, feel your breath move down your right side. Continue doing that at your own pace, but remember, you're not trying to shape or control your breath. You're just observing it pass through one nostril at a time, and you keep changing sides. Okay, now relax your tongue, release the technique, and take just the last few moments here for an objectless awareness. So now I have no point of focus or concentration, just an awareness. There, let's bring the palms together, back to Anjali Mudra. Take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. And let's end the chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. All right, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed class. As always, let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day.